Hello, my name is Lee Cooper, and this is my personal introduction video for AEP 800. So just a little bit about me. I grew up in Buena Vista, Colorado. So I also got my Bachelor in Science in Mathematics and secondary teaching from the University of Northern Colorado. I have a minor in theater arts, so a little bit random. I've worked many different jobs, so I have a quick list. So I've worked as an auctioneer, hand dishwasher, fry cook, construction worker, delivery driver, restaurant manager, mover, tutor, garden center crew member, weed harvester, and now I'm currently a 6th grade math teacher. I am married, and I have a couple dogs. And then just kind of my future plans is to get my master's, become an administrator, and start having some kids. So where I work in Denver, Colorado. I work for a chain of charter schools, Strive Preparatory Schools. So it's 11 schools serving about 3,700 students. I particularly work at Strive Prep Lake. Our schools serve students, our kind of demographic is 87% free reduced lunch, 97% students of color, 49% English language learners. I do teach an ELD course because we do have so many English language learners at our school. And our school has 2 promises. Our network has 2 promises. 1, your child will be safe, and 2, your child will be ready for the challenges and opportunities of college if they choose to attend. Alright, so technology in schools, and what does that mean? A big piece, I just took the school community relations, and I realized that that is a huge part of the technology and the implications of school is how we can communicate, how we can reach out to communities. Technology has a big part in that. Another part of that is in the classroom, obviously. So with things like teacher resources, as well as student platforms. So what is it that the students can do in the classroom? What is it that the teachers can be using technology for? A big thing that I use it for, and I know that it can be used for, is how can we provide accommodations to students who are needing those special services. The other thing too can be used for, something that we do is norm data. I'll talk about that a little bit here in the next slide. I also want to throw in a quick bit about TPAC, so that is the technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge for teachers. So I think that, and obviously for administrators too, but I think that's a huge part of it. The implications is that we need to be knowledgeable as the educators. Okay, so how am I integrating technology currently? So at our school we do have one-on-one Chromebooks. I know that I could be doing more to be utilizing those Chromebooks, but it is something that's available, and I do use it during parts of the course. Part of that is during the Individualized Instruction Time, or IIT. So how I use that during IIT is students are either working on like Khan Academy or IXL, working on something at their level that they can gain skills, maybe that they're advancing themselves beyond grade level, they're kind of building their skills at grade level, or they're doing some remediational skills, things that they should have learned or haven't learned in years past. Another big part, like I said, is accommodations, so using technology for that. So we do things like speech to text for students who maybe need something read aloud. That's a lot of our L's, those kinds of things. So a lot of things for accommodations. We also use student culture surveys. So we've had some issues within my advisor around bullying, and we've used Google Sheet to where they like do a Google form to where you can kind of see like, hey, was there anything that happened today? If there was, what could you report on, to try to help with those things. Again, on the last slide I talked a little bit about normed grading, normed assessment. So within the network, all 6th grade math is taking the same test. Then we can use technology, we can use that online test to be able to compare, okay, what is it that we're doing well? What is it that we still need to work on? How do you compare across the network? So that's a big part. I also use a smartboard in my classroom daily, and then talking points, that's just, I wanted to put that in there. It's a way to be able to contact parents, especially parents who are not English speaking, so technology is a great way for that communication. Oh yeah, so smartboard, ANET, oh yeah, ANET is what we take our, so Achievement Network is what we take our normed assessments on, and then again that talking points to be able to contact parents. Okay, so where's my action plan to improve? Well, I think the biggest thing is that I am here to learn, and I definitely want to learn more about how I can integrate technology in an effective manner, and how I can utilize that one-on-one computers. So I do definitely want to push my own understanding. It's something that I did during EDL 856. I just took that over the interim. So have never done videos like this before, so I'm definitely learning as I go, and it's really nice to be able to push my own understanding and kind of grow in my own ability to use technology. Again, I want to be able to increase that IIT time, so that's that individualized instruction time. How can I best utilize those one-to-one computers? Collaborate. So using those talking points, how is it that I can best be able to contact families and bring them into those situations with students, and how can we best have that school community relationship? So I think I could be doing a better job of that. And then in general, I think just trial and error. There's a ton of technology out there, and it's always changing, and I think that it's always good to try things out, but if it's not best, if it doesn't work, to try out some other things, because there's definitely a ton of resources out there. Okay, so impacts of funding. So we already have one-to-one, which is great. I think the biggest impact of our funding is on repairs. That's something that last year was the first year that we had one-to-one, and the repairs on computers was a lot more than what they had expected, so that was kind of a big hit to the budget. Alright, and just to talk a little bit about Colorado. So Denver in Colorado has been growing a ton, but growth is slowing. But that doesn't mean, so the percent increase as far as dollars per student is going to be a little bit less, but we're still going to be getting actually more money per student regardless than we did last year. So we are actually pretty well funded in Denver for sure, and in Colorado. So the biggest things as far as Colorado goes, again, it is very well funded, and which is really fortunate, and so there's not a whole lot of implication that I can see for our school as far as the impacts of funding. And a lot of the things that kind of go towards funding currently are more pay for teachers and staff, those kinds of things, and also the opening of new schools. So that's kind of the biggest things that are kind of in debate about funding, is can we pay people more, and are we going to be able to open more schools? So yeah, that's kind of it as far as the impact of funding in order to make that happen at our schools. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much, and look forward to working with everyone.